project manager, construction experience, give us a call. We're always looking for the brightest talent. Hit us up. So guys, in the basement here, we had to do trench footings all around. This is the typical example of a home where we had issues in the foundation walls. This is all new, guys. We can literally peel this out with our hands. Look, it's coming off, and that's what this was. The drawing calls for ½ an inch here, by the way, guys, but we're going with the 5/8 because these are all key ingredients to making the home feel where it's more solid and you're not gonna hear the noise transfers as much. This is gonna be, when do you wanna start? By the way, if we agree on something, when you wanna start tomorrow, when do you wanna start? Sure, Monday, no problem.
You've got what's morning for you?
7.
Okay, all right, good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer, I like that one.
Actual interview, starts when you actually get on the job and you start working. We see your work ethics, we see how you organize yourself, we see how you work with the tools and how you're able to execute any of the tasks that we give you. Just go inside. Okay. So our goal this week is, again, the weather is extreme, guys, as you guys can tell, -13, -15. So our goal was obviously to finish this house. We're definitely like a month and a half behind due to constraints from shoring, weather, etc. So especially if you're planning a project in the winter, you got to be very mindful and careful because the timelines are always going to be overrun.
Yeah, the expectations for speed is you really can't have any. If you want a good quality job, if you want it to be done correctly, like you have to kind of be okay with it taking a little bit longer. So.
Last time you guys are here, we didn't have all these metal columns that were installed. They've just been installed recently, a couple days ago. We had to solicit the services of a crane operator who had to kind of float them and bring them up here because these are very heavy pieces of metal. You can't just by hand, it's very challenging to bring it up here. So now that the metal columns have been installed, we've also kind of made way, Connor, as you can see, right? We've kind of started doing the joists up here now, right? So Connor, what happens after? Why don't you talk about that?
They've got all the joists in going now. After that, they'll start to put on the sheets of plywood above it, get that all tied in. At the same time, they're going to be starting to finish up the walls on the sides. They're going to make sure they have the proper bracing. They're going to have add blocking in on the walls to take all the point loads through from the top down to the next floor below. And then as they keep doing that, they'll start to build themselves a railing around the outside up top. And then once they get the nice safety stuff all put in place, they proceed to get up on the next floor and they move up with putting the walls for the next floor. This is we're on the second floor right now. We are continuing up to the third. It's going to be 3 stories, 4 units in the front. And then we've got ourselves a single floor with a basement at the back for a garden suite. So total 5 units here.
Time is money. I'm also going to lose time as well. We have to make sure we board this up nicely. Please, when you come in today, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to seal this up nicely. Make sure that this proper, you know what to do. Even over there, you got to do it. Over there, you can add something there. Even in the back windows are okay. Good. We spoke about the job. Remember, you were interested in working with us. So you want to meet? Let's meet today to talk, and then you can start on next week, Monday.
Okay, so
I'll give you the address. Where are you right now?
I'm in Mississauga.
You live there, or where do you live?
No, I live in East York, but I went there early morning for something.
Okay. When are you done? We have, like I said, 15 job sites right on the go. So I'm going to meet you wherever I am. I'm going to show you what we do, and then I want you to start on Monday next week.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, brother. Bye. We're both very busy. Me and Connor are both on our phones because we're, kind of organizing the people. But here you have it, guys. We're back at our other job site here. This job site is, again, a replication of what you guys just observed on Eglinton Avenue. We're doing a top-up here as well. We're keeping the existing structure and doing a top-up. But the beauty with this one here, also similar to Eglinton, is that it was already an existing 2-story home. We're just adding another story on top, basically. So guys, the back of the house, you'll see we've built up the 2 walls now on the sides, the left and the right. They're more or less, for the most part, built. We usually build the walls the way we're building them here, and then we basically put them up.
Yeah, so we've already poured the slab. It's slab on grade here, so there is no basement. We've already done the interior drains. It's all been passed and everything for that. Still have to do the connection for the exterior side of it, but the walls will go up. We'll get everything framed and enclosed in, get the structure fully secure. Then we'll start to dig on the outside and connect our exterior drains out to the sewer at the front. They're doing the first floor walls. After that, they're gonna have to put up the floor joists. They'll get all that completed up. And then after that, they'll do the plywood up there for the subfloor. And then hopefully by end of week, they'll be up on the second floor, getting the walls up, ready to get towards the roof for next week.
Yeah, so basically something like this, 2 weeks completion. Once the slab is poured, the technicalities of the plumbing, everything else is done, inspections passed, foundations done over here, the trench footings, etc. Framing the structure like this is about 1,200 square feet. It's definitely in about 2 weeks time, and that's with the cold weather we're getting right now. And the shorter days, it's insane. So guys, in the basement here, we had to do trench footings all around. This is the typical example of a home where we had issues in the foundation walls, where the foundation walls were not strong enough to carry the structure above that we're building. So these walls were brittle. They were porous. We would just basically take a little chisel and scrape, and things are scraping off. So the entire wall assembly in the basement, we had to do the bench footings here all around throughout to reinforce and re-engineer the footings. So the footings were compromised. Once the bench footing was completed, we had to then add a grid system of rebars running horizontal and vertical throughout the entire basement as specified by the engineers. Essentially, we kept the old foundation wall, and it's almost like doing a brand new foundation wall where we had to kind of run the grid system, form it, and pour a new foundation wall on top of the existing foundation wall. So you'll see over here, this is all new, guys. This looks much better now than what it was before.
There's a section of the old wall right there.
So this section here, there's parts that were stone, there's parts that were block wall. Look at this. Right, this is going to come out anyways because we're not needing this anymore. There's going to be reinforcements added with the metal column. But look at the structure here, man. Like, this is just brittle. We can literally peel this out with our hands. Look, it's coming off, and that's what this was. And after doing all the measures of reinforcements, now this is in a much better position. So guys, when you're taking an older structure and you're wondering, how do you get those open spaces, open concept feel? The older house back in the days, right, Connor, they used to have all these walls in the middle and they weren't open concept. But nowadays with the new vibe, with the open concept situation, we've added this LVLs here. It's considered a 4-ply LVL system here. See, it's carrying the load left to right, and then it's bringing the load down here. Of course, this is also structural as well, and then it goes to the foundation basically. So the load is carried, so this thing is carrying the load down straight to the walls, down to the foundation walls. And of course, another set of LVLs over here. This is all new. This was not here before when we came last time. This was not secured at the time, and now we've added all of these to kind of carry the load efficiently. Again, 4-ply LVLs carrying the load. Imagine this to be just a square box or a rectangle box. We can literally get rid of everything because all the load is supported above. And then inside here in this space, we can kind of build our partitions as required or don't build them. That's the ability of doing what we just created here by carrying the load from here with these LVL systems.
The way the settlement of the homes and over time, the old floor is just not going to be as level as it used to be. So now we've gone and we've made everything level. Added nice thick boards, get rid of the squeaks you have in the old homes. Now we'll sand and screw these, and they'll be all ready and prepared for when you go to install your floor later on in the project.
So oftentimes we've been criticized, or people have been commenting on the videos, that hey, you guys are keeping the old existing floor. Well, not really. You guys are just catching the act in action. After the old floors are ripped, new subfloors are installed with the plywood, and we're using the 5/8 inch plywood. Typically, people go with a 1/2 inch plywood. We go with the 5/8. It's just thicker. We find it sturdier. The drawing calls for 1/2 inch here, by the way, guys, but we're going with the 5/8 because it's just more solid. It's just a better feel. Let's talk about the sound right now a little bit, right? So you guys are talking about sound transfers, people living upstairs. How is that gonna go? If someone sneezes upstairs, are you gonna hear it? If someone walks, are you gonna hear it? Well, not really. In a typical home that you might be living in, if you're not living in a custom home, these joist pockets that we have over here, they're not going to be filled with any noise cancellation or fire retardant insulation in a typical home, in a regular subdivision home. So here we're going to be filling these pockets inside with the Rox wool, which is for fireproofing purposes, but that also provides a noise deadening as well, right, Connor? Yeah. A little bit of noise deadening effect. Then you're going to add the resilient channel, so that kind of creates a space between where the drywall is not directly attached on here. The drywall is going to then be resilient channel, and then the drywall gets installed to kind of further reduce the vibration frequency when you're walking upstairs. So now you've got one layer of the Rox wool that we talked about. You've got the resilient channels, which is required by the fire code. And then you've got 2 sheets of 5/8. In a normal home construction, you're using only 1/2 inch drywall with a hollow pocket inside with no resilient channels. So those things that we're doing here for fireproofing are also indirectly affecting the noise transfer and the sound transfer when you're walking upstairs. So a lot of these projects that we build, they're very solid. Of course, and by the use of the wood as well, we're using the 5/8 plywood on the floor as well. These are all key ingredients to making the home feel where it's more solid and you're not going to hear the noise transfers as much. Our teams are so familiar with the process because we do so many of these multiplex projects. And if your team knows what they're doing, your subcontractors know what they're doing, and they've done it many times with plexcon construction, this thing can be completed, banged out. I would say the plumbing and the HVAC can be banged out within 10 business days, so 2 weeks. They can work together simultaneously, more or less, because they have an alignment of working together. So we'll get the HVAC guys in and the plumbers in around the same time. Maybe one might start before the other. They make a plan together to kind of figure out where I'm going to run my lines based on the designs, and where the plumber can kind of flow behind, just to make sure that things are done correctly, so no one's in each other's way. Generally speaking, we like to go with HVAC first, because the HVAC is, there's the bigger ducts, they take more space, so we want the HVAC guys to go in first, depending on the project type as well, because sometimes we go duct systems, sometimes we go ductless systems. It just depends on many different variables, just varies case by case. Thank you for waiting. You Googled us, right? Okay. Pleasure, man. Nice meeting you. Pleasure meeting.
Finishing,
Yeah.
I like the
Finishing? Okay, good. You're the handyman, right? Yeah. Plexcon Construction here, we're bringing on a couple of expertise here just to kind of help us with the PDI and the warranty. And we're here today meeting one of the gentlemen just now that basically showed some interest online, and we're just going to walk him through it and show him what he's expected potentially to do. So let's go inside. We'll show you, Connor's going to show you a couple of things here. This is going to be, when do you want to start? By the way, if we agree on something, when you want to start tomorrow, when do you want to start? Monday?
Monday.
Sure, Monday, no problem.
You've got tools and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
Yep.
mini one.
Okay, yep.
Minivan, that's good.
All right. Yeah, so like right now we're in the rough stage here. So,
Yes, I like some tools.
yep.
But yeah, I have most of
The caulking gun?
yeah.
Okay.
The
all right,
most
okay.
simple tools you have,
Yes.
basically.
Yep,
like,
yep. All right. And then, yeah, same thing as like, mudding, taping.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit
Generally.
of repair
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Trim, carpentry.
Even flooring,
Yeah.
baseboard.
Yeah.
You can put the resilient channel also, you can install this, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Resilient channel, good. He can do that, so then we don't have to get
So this is half inch or
5/8.
it's five? Okay, five.
This is
okay,
the fire rated.
Fire rated.
Yeah, fire
Yeah.
rated.
Fire rated.
Yeah, because everything we have is like, everything's fire rated for us.
Okay.
All of our projects, because they're multiple unit. What were your old hours?
Morning to 5,
Okay, okay. What's morning for you?
7.
Okay. All right. Good
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. I like that one. Yeah.
Okay, I don't have any other questions. I think the
I
only
know.
thing is we put him to some work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
We put you to work on Monday. We'll make a list for you.
Yeah, Monday I'll meet you at the first site and we'll go through a list and I'll give you a list and we'll go from there.
We want to look at your speed and also the quality. We're not looking for someone that's super slow now, spends a day doing something so simple. We need to make sure you have a perfect balance of speed and quality.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to tell you about the stuff that you're like, it's going to be.
If you're good, we can get you a van also. We can get you a company van, which I'm probably going to get you. If you're good, you're with us for 6 months, 7 months, I'll get you a company van. Yeah, we want to get you one because we want to have the stickers. We have one right now with Wise.
Yeah.
We'll get him another van.
Yep.
Because we want to get a van and have company stickers on it. Like my truck, this.
Yeah.
I'll get you a van with the, yes.
Yeah.
But if you have one now, it's okay. You use it for now. Okay, so let's work together then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk to you tonight,
Yep.
and then you can start for Monday. Actual interview, starts when you actually get on the job and you start working. We see your work ethics. We see how you organize yourself. We see how you work with the tools and how you're able to execute any of the tasks that we give you. So interviews are great. We're going to interview a lot of people, but we really want to see how you perform on the job. And that's the real test. And this guy here, he's hired. He's going to come on Monday. We're going to test him out for a week, see how he performs. And if he's good, if he makes the cut, he's on board. Work, and you're a handyman or project manager, give us a call. We're always looking for the brightest talent. Hit us up. We've been so busy. We need the leaders. We need the winners of the future. Come join us. Join our team.